Welcome to the show, everyone. You all know I talk about everybody else but me on my show, and I absolutely love my show. I know, thank you for all the listeners been listening and things like that. We are live on Facebook. The reason why I love this show so much is because of all the information that people get. But I do want to talk about something that's going to go right in with my first guest, okay, who is Ken Kilday. Ken, you are you're an executive coach, and I want you to talk a little bit about that for a second, and then I'm going to bring it back to me because I want to talk to you about people listening rather than doing. Okay, we want to talk about that because a lot of people listen, but they're not really doing that much, right? Sometimes. So now we know you're procrastinators. So welcome to the show, and you're perfect to be on for me right now because that's what I want to talk about a little bit too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm an executive coach, business strategist. And I bring simplicity, clarity, and direction to business leaders and entrepreneur owners.
Now, you also are an author.
I am.
Okay, and I want to talk about your book.
Yes.
Let's talk about it first, real quickly.
It's an ebook. It takes a reader 23 minutes. Yes, I timed it.
You know what? That's funny because I didn't understand that right away. The last time I was talking, it was like it hit me. 23 minutes is all it takes to read the book.
That's
and
right.
It could change your whole day, your whole life.
It can, and the whole point of it is business owners are busy by nature. They often feel like they simply don't have time. And so I wanted to make something that would have the most amount of impact for the smallest amount of time commitment. So invest the 23 minutes and come away with what I call the 6 silver bullets to grow your business fast.
But you also did something else, which is really coolio.
I did.
Yeah, you did, and e-coaching. You're getting sessions, 23 sessions of e-coaching. I want you to talk about that and how that's going to work because I'm going to open up the audience, the lines to the audience, so that everybody can call in and get it.
Sure. For those that want the ebook, of course, we send that to them free. And then I'll also sign them up for the e-coaching series. It's 23 emails that they can save and work at their own pace. They'll come at you every other day. If you can keep the pace, I recommend you do. But 23 emails that basically guide you in fine detail how to execute what you see in the book. So it's the how.
So it's the how, and it breaks down this book individually, again, helping you. Oh my God, free coaching. You know, for 23 sessions, it takes you only 23 minutes to read the book. It's all going to go together, whether it's you or someone that you know. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone could call in and get this. You don't get entered into win. Everyone is getting it from us right here at the station. So call in here. Now, I want to also quickly go back to me for 1 second about people. I'm in charge, right? So I want to ask you really quickly because somebody once said to me, and it comes up so perfect for someone who's a coach. A lot of people are listening right now, and it's great. You listen, we love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's one thing to listen, and it's another thing to do something, right? And I want to ask you what you find. So many people out there, and I got to say, procrastinators or whatever you want to, however, put their heads in the sand. But why do you find a lot of them, and do you find what their reasoning is, and how we can get them out of it?
Sure, it's the most human of responses, which is
nothing.
When I have more time, you won't. When I have more time, then I'll focus on this coaching thing, and that's the point. It's the so busy working in the business that they haven't allotted any time to work on the business, and that's where I come in, is to help them get out of that routine that is not working for them. It's not getting them what they actually want. They can feel the tension of the mania that is there every day. That's the first response is, when I get a little time, I'll get that book, I'll read through that book, and then we'll see. It's sort of like when I get through this season, or when I get through this to-do list, and my question is always, what is going to be different in a week, a month, a year that will inspire you to take a different course? I mean, what is it that's going to be really different? Sort of like joining a gym and then just never going.
Right, we have a lot of people that do that too, and they love that. But I want to talk about your your website, which is makingthecut.biz,
makingthecut.biz.
and what you meant by that.
Yeah, my process, so I have a leadership operating process, and I call it Making the Cut. It's getting above that line of excellence. So, I love the sports analogies of whatever you listener, your favorite sport is, whomever has won the championship in your favorite sport had a coach.
Mm-hmm.
There are lots of people that play that same sport on the weekends that don't have a coach, and that's okay. If it's a hobby, it's okay. For those business owners that really want to play at an elite status, if you want to make the cut into elite status, then I can help you do that with your business.
But turn your business into a real true business, and because that's another thing. If you're just doing it, obviously, a lot of people are getting by, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that, but having somebody to come in, and one of the things that you said about these emails that you're doing, the e-coaching that you're offering, is that, somebody who's never had coaching before, and even if you have, you've never had it with Ken. So I will say that what you said was, try it, see how you like it. This is free to you. So
Sure.
It makes it perfect sense to see what you're like too,
Mm-hmm.
and what it would feel like to have a coach for you.
People, if like all things we haven't done before, they need a sense for what is that like? What do we do? Do we just? One of my clients says, before I hired you, I thought, what do we just talk once a week? Is this like business therapy? No, it's not business therapy. Do I ask you some questions about how you meld personal and private life, or excuse me, your personal and work life? Absolutely, I do, because that's matters. That said, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a trained therapist, so that's not what we do. The emails, the e-coaching will give you a sense for what are the topics we're going to work through. What are the aspects of business that I recommend you have a firm plan, a proactive plan on paper, in writing, that you could share with anyone who ever asked. And the emails will go through that bit by bit by bit.
And you get that for free. You're also getting the book. The book also only takes 23 minutes to read. And it's the 6 silver bullets you need to grow any business fast. And so we've got our lines open here. You're getting the book along with the series 23 e-coaching series that you're getting from Ken. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100, and I'm letting everyone call throughout the rest of the show for it. Check him out on his website. It's makingthecut.biz. Okay, we've got to go into a couple of different things because I want to talk about the book before we go to a break, okay?
Okay.
So the first thing that you always talk about, which is so funny, the first thing is the exit strategy.
That's right.
Okay, let's talk about why that's so important.
It's a Dr. Covey classic. You start with the end in mind. You have to know what the end game is to know how to play it in the first place. So some business owners intend to groom the kids to take over the business at some point in the future. Some would like to sell it outright to a great big company, a publicly traded company per se. In other cases, people want to sell it to the employees. We need to know that so we can make good, strong decisions and choices before we even start the planning stage.
It doesn't matter what size business that you work
matter.
with, solopreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
You also work with big companies. You've got
Yes.
that behind you as well. And we've got our lines open here for everyone to get the book and the 23 coaching sessions. This is all for free for you or anyone you know. Call in here, 602-277-5369. Check them out. It's makingthecut.biz. Hang tight. We're going to be back in just a minute. We're going to keep going.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so that's always the first thing that you talk about. But I also want to tell them how you help people when you're starting a business. What a great time. But also not just coaching on you better do this or you better do that to make sure these things are done. More even starting them, helping them literally, do you have a business plan? All of those things I want to talk about, how you do that.
Right. Well, the first step, so when we talk about exit strategy, I use business valuation software because there are some things business owners can do, should do, would do, will do that add value and things that take away, and to know that in advance is helpful as they continue to go through. It's not about what I think they should do. It's the business owner telling me what their dream is and what their ideal state is, and what they always imagined it would be like to be an entrepreneur owner or a business leader, and then building from there. So, I say there's 206 bones in the human body, but yet all 8 billion of us are different in some way or another, even identical twins. So it's about the framework that we start with, and then we build their unique flesh and presence onto it to make it all theirs.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. And so, best time for somebody to call a coach? Anytime?
And anytime, yeah. And the whole reason that I send out the ebook and the e-coaching series and offer my free consultations in that process is so that people get a sense for what it is I do and whether or not I can help them, right? Step one, do we even have chemistry? Do we even like each other, right? And not everyone's a fit. I know lots of other coaches, and there are times where I know I may not be the perfect coach for them, but I have other people I can introduce them to. Mm-hmm. And so that's...
And you don't know until you start talking.
You don't know until we have a conversation, sure.
Discovery session, in a sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What is your favorite part of what you do?
Oh, it's the client's aha moment when they realize they're better at it than they thought they were.
That's neat. We're going to bring that back too, because not everybody. I wouldn't have never thought you said that, but I'm glad you did. That was really neat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So welcome back, everyone. We've got our lines open here. This book that we're talking about is The 6 Silver Bullets You Need to Grow Any Business Fast. It's a 23-minute, almost made it 28, 23-minute read, as well as everyone's getting the book and a series of 23 e-coaching sessions from Ken Kilday. And this is something that it's free, folks. You do free consultations. You want everybody to get to know you, see what it's like. See what it's like to know, first of all, if you're a right fit, but also what it's like to have coaching, and obviously a business coach, okay? Now, our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. It doesn't matter what size business that you have, you need to talk to Ken, and that is for sure. And you need to call in here. You need to get this book. It's free to you. It doesn't hurt anybody to do this. All you're going to do is learn more and grow.
Right.
So call in here at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Check him out. It is makingthecut.biz. You can also call him direct. You do free consultations, but I don't even know where that is right now. So what's your phone number?
602-820-6978.
So, but again, my whole thinking is call in here. People love calling into a radio station. Call in here, get it from me. It's free, and it's going to change your life. You just never know what it could do for you. Go ahead.
I was going to say, the first rule when you feel like you're in a hole is stop digging. Whatever it is you're doing is probably
not
the
working.
reason it's not working anymore, right? Your winning formula has stopped winning, and now you've got to do something different. Perhaps I'm the different that you need.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. I should say it again. I should say it that way. At the break, I asked you, what's your favorite part about what you do?
The aha moment when the business leader, business owner knows that they got a lot of things right. Yeah, hiring a coach doesn't mean you're bad or wrong or anything like that. You have a lot of things you're doing really, really well, and your coach is going to observe you, and while you play that game and point those things out, we call it anchoring those positive behaviors, the secret sauce, if you will. You want to make sure that you never give those things up, those things that make you and your business and your approach and your impact unique to you.
Call in here and get the book. 23 minutes. That's all it's going to take to read this. You're getting on a week. For anyone that might not heard, tell them about how you've created the e-coaching.
The e-coaching series. So the book is largely the what. What are the mistakes that we see business owners make and how to avoid them. But there's some depth there. So the how. How do I begin to unpack all that? Well, you'll get the e-series in your inbox. Put it in a folder for yourself. Commit to getting through them. There's homework in there. You'll see my link to get your free consult at any point when it hits you that you do want to talk. There's an easy link in every one of the emails that you can do that as well.
I love it, and I think everybody else that's listening should also love it. And call in here, our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check him out on his website. It is makingthecut.biz. Let's go to the things. The number one that you also said to me that the number one reason people complain is about time. You've said it every time.
The way I would premise it also is, think about this: if you master your effectiveness with time, if all of us master our effectiveness with time, it is a competitive advantage, because it is the one resource that is identical for everybody. Nobody gets more, nobody gets less. And that means how we use it determines success.
Having a coach such as Ken helping you figure out because you're unbiased, you're not vested in it. Also, you're invested in your client. But
yes,
when you're doing a business, this is what I think people say all the time. I don't have time because I'm sitting here. I've got to do what I do, because if I don't do it, I won't make money.
Right.
But the opposite is really true, right? But having someone like Ken be able to help you, coach you, listen to what you're doing, finding out what's wrong, that he could make suggestions. The next thing you know, wow, I have more room than I thought that I could do certain things.
Sure. The definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. If you are loving everything that you're getting out of your business and it is unfolding exactly as you dreamed it always would, great, good for you. Congratulations. If you feel like there's more, or it could be better, or you're not getting the results you used to get, give me a call. Let's talk that out.
His number direct, it's 602-820-6978, and you could call him, or you can call in here too. Please call us too, because we're going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for this. Business owners, that's what we're talking about right now. People that have started businesses, you can help them there. It doesn't matter if you are a solopreneur, if you're a big business guy. You know what? Guess what? Everybody needs a coach. But again, you won't know until you try these sessions that he's created. They're perfect. I love them. I can't wait to get mine. I'm going to do it too. Because listen, I'm a solopreneur, but I also complain and say the same things that everybody else does, right?
Right.
I know I call everybody, we're all procrastinators. I am too, believe me.
Sure.
And I get stuck just like anybody else. So call in here, our number here, 602-277-5369. I love that you made everything so easy, fast, you liked that, and you also want to help everybody with the same thing, fast and easy, grow your business.
Fast and easy, grow your business. I feel like no matter what the native genius is of a business owner, they need it they want me to get to the point. So that's why it's, the 6 silver bullets and the 23 coaching sessions.
23 minutes to read a book.
23 minutes to read the book. Let's boil it down, right? Let's just get to the facts, and then they can decide if they want to get more, right? I think every business owner appreciates, I need a headline, and then we can decide if we're going to deep dive. So this is your chance. The ebook is a great start. If you want more, you'll get it. And hey, if you get a couple of lessons and don't want it, just click on unsubscribe. I don't hide it. I make it just about as easy as it can be. and it's instantaneous, so you're in, you're out.
The
Whatever you
book
want to do.
is called The 6 Silver Bullets You Need to Grow Any Business Fast. Call in here. Again, don't remember this. Don't forget this. It is 23 minutes to read. You're getting 23 free coaching sessions that you're getting as well. Our number here is 602-277-5369. I also want to talk about strategies. You know, people obviously, a lot of people were thinking, well, why? I'll wait till the first of the year to do all of this because that's when I'm going to start my strategy thinking.
Sure.
No.
No, you want two things, a short and a long term, right? If you don't directionally know where you're going, if you don't know if you're in Texas and you want to see an ocean, first we need to know which one. That's direction. That's long-term direction. Then we can start to say, well, I'd like to see the southern states on the southern part of. Great. That gives us a near term, and then it's which road are we going to take. So we have to know, you business owner, you have to know which direction you want to go, and then get into some of the detail, the tactics of how we get there.
And, this time of the year, I think is the best time of the year because even though you think, I know it's going to be the hustle and bustle and everything, but don't you agree with me that this is a great time of the year you're going to start getting your taxes already and all that pulled together. And you're going to be able to have a little bit of time to be able to think clearly, what do I want to do next year?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't do that after the first of the year. We got to do that before the first of the year.
Yeah. One of your other guests would likely say, there's tax preparation and there's tax planning. Tax planning for 22 happens in 22. Tax preparation for 22 happens in 23 because it's done. You mail your decisions. So you get to decide now what next year is going to look like, and that takes some active planning and some decision making and some intention.
So what do you see also as a common denominator, that common thing that happens also besides time that business owners deal with and complain about?
People. They're people. Not the right people. They're people who don't care like they do. Those sorts of things. Well, and long story short, if they don't own the business, no, they don't care like you do. They don't own your business, you do.
Right, and that is true. But you can't always find those people. But here's the thing, too. You might have hired them, but you might not know what's inside that person, right?
That's right.
That's where you can come in and help, because getting rid of people, just getting rid of them, isn't always the answer.
No, not if you replace them with the same issue. If you don't figure out and diagnose what is the issue with the people. Sometimes you're hiring people that are qualified for the role in the sense of performing that expertise, but they're not a great fit for your climate. Right?
Well, I'm telling you, this is the reason why you should have a coach in so many different areas that they can help. And he wrote this book. It's fabulous. It's the 6 Silver Bullets You Need to Grow Any Business Fast. 23 minutes. That's all it takes to read. You're getting 23 coaching sessions. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Call throughout the rest of the show for it.